Jim and Davis, if you'll come forward. Come up, please. Well, you folks have said it all, and I think that the thing that you can say about Jim Calabrese is that his style is timeless. And again, people have alluded to the turbulent 60s and early 70s, and certainly there were that. It was also a transitional time in education when maybe parents weren't as supportive of school administrators as they had been. And you found a lot of faculty members that caved into that. But the people that are timeless, and one of the many reasons that we love Jim Calabrese and people of his ilk is that they stood true. They were loyal and true to their morals, to their character, to their values, and that's why we admire him. I want to present a couple of things to them. I was able to talk to the people that are local elected leaders, and we thought it would be appropriate to present to them a key to the city of Statesville, of which there are not many. And I haven't said this before, but it really opens no doors, but it opens every door. And it's something that we want them to share with great pride. So I would like to, on behalf of the city of Statesville, present to the two of you the key to the city. And finally, to Mr. James D. Calabrese, the city of Statesville takes pleasure in honoring you as a distinguished citizen for rendering dedicated, loyal, and unselfish civic service to our community this 24th day of August 2010.
The young lady asked me a few minutes ago if there's anything I'd like to tell her for the newspaper. I said, the only thing I can tell you, it's so humbling because, you know, you can choose one person like myself and heap the honors and the whole bit, but it takes many, many people to accomplish even the slightest accomplishments by a young group, by children. And you have to have everyone's support. And when I look at it and I see so many of you as former students, but more than that, you were good friends. I never looked upon you as just kids. And I know I'd get mad, and like any other teacher. But I look back and people say, well, would you advise young people to go into teaching? And I can tell you, I honestly do not encourage people to go into teaching. I think it's like anything else. I think what you need is the individual has to decide on their own whether they can and want to be with children, be with the kids. And when I came to Statesville, there were so many wonderful people, starting with Mr. Carnegie. You talk about somebody that was had an infectious personality. And one of the highlights was after about a month of practice, he came in and he wanted to know if I needed him for a halftime show, if we'd get a plaque for him, he'd tap dance at halftime. I thought he was kidding me, because I mean, I didn't know that superintendents or administrators would tap dance. Not that they don't have to tap dance a lot of times. But, you know, and then from then on, it was one person after the other. And all of you became good friends. And almost like, well, you were family. I spent, like any other teacher or coach or principal administrator, you become the father figure for a lot of young people, and because you're with them more hours during the day than their own mother or dad can be with them, and I always felt like that was a privilege, and with that privilege gave me the authority to get up in their face every now and then. That didn't bother me, you know, and I just. I said I had a father that raised me, never laid a hand on me. He'd just look at me. And my mother always would say, do not ask your dad the second time. Because when he says no, it's no. And well, good teachers, I think, have to know when to say no. And I know many times I'd go in to see, first, of course, Mr. Miller, and then Mr. Hyatt, and the other principals that I had, and even Mr. Grenadier. And they were always very open, and you'd think, oh man, I'm going to get this thing, you know. And they'd talk to you and say, you're doing a wonderful job, but Jim, we can't do this. And I just learned from an early age that someone's going to say no. And you have to convey that across to young people, especially today, when they see so much on TV and read so much in the papers, and think that unless everything is going their way, that they're not going to have a happy life. But to all of you that came here tonight, I don't even know why I came here tonight. I told my wife I don't like surprises. I never have liked surprises. And I said, "Gee, do I have to go?" You know? And she said, "Yeah, I think so. You know, you need to go." So, and the incident out here at the when I first came into the parking lot, that really happened. The young man said, "You here for the Calabrese reception?" And I said, "Yes." But I didn't say, "I'm Jim Calabrese." I was just going to let it go. And my wife said, "Well, he's Jim Calabrese." And the kid said, "Oh my God." But the mayor, I can remember when he was in school here, and he's been a wonderful mayor, just a wonderful guy, and so many of you people, and like I say, you start naming people, you know, and you're going to leave somebody out. But thank all of you so much for all of this. And I don't know where that picture came. I think you superimposed that. I believe it's a resemblance of Robert Redford. No? Boris Karloff? Thank you very much for everything. Thank you.